Wake up, southeastern North Carolina. It's time to get back to Curtis Wright on the beat.
Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do.
8:35, and boy, it is humid outside. Humid. Keep it tuned here on the new 106.7 FM My Talker Radio. In studio with us, we're honored to have back with us my local hero, Tom Russell with Step Up for Soldiers. Coming up on the 28th will be the groundbreaking for one of the projects, the many projects that has been underway for some time by the volunteers of Step Up for Soldiers. The Kramer House, I want to read something to you. This is in honor, named in honor of Ed Kramer. And this was what was said. He was one of those special people. When he walked into a room, you felt like you knew him. And going on and saying he really enjoyed the fish, and he enjoyed having his feet in the sand. He loved Wilmington, and others who have said, and he just loved helping other people. And that's who he was. Well, what a perfect naming, if you will, and honoring his service and sacrifice. By naming this particular project, the Kramer House, after him. And again, Tom Russell from Step Up for Soldiers is here. And boy, it's been a long haul, but you're close now to finally seeing it all happen again. It sounds like I'm talking to you about the Fallen Soldier Memorial, because you took so long to work on that, and then it was groundbreaking day, and from there, history was made. So
all volunteer is slow, but we're steady, and we just keep going. The memorial has turned out to be a fantastic location for a lot of people. A lot of groups come out. A lot of motorcycle groups come out. We've laid bricks for a lot of organizations out there, and it's a used memorial, which is nice.
And, of course, we were there for the mud run again, now twice a year, right?
Twice a year.
Yeah. And, I mean, the unbelievable support, even in the rain, twice in the rain. I got there and I said, again? But, I guess rain and mud, so,
The people loved it.
And everybody loves it. And you did such a great job. But there we were. I mean, there you are, again, if you will, in the shadow of the Fallen Soldier Memorial. You created a special... Not that the Armory wasn't, but you really created a special place. They always say about, that feeling of place. Well, the feeling of place now is to gather for many events that you host in the shadow of the Fallen Soldier Memorial.
Well, another thing that's happened at the memorial, people are placing objects by the memorial headstones. So we see people all the time when we're out there working. They come in, they kneel, they pray, they sit, they spend some time and then leave. It has become a place for people to come to, for joyous occasions or just for memory.
And certainly it's right and fitting that it be a place of reflection about those who have served and sacrificed. And, all these years, it's been a number of years now, I guess, Tom, 8, 9 years since we first met, and your work has just expanded of that of your volunteers. And in tough times, too. I mean, it's tough. I mean, the economy's tough. People are spread thin. Volunteers have been working for a long time, but you've been able to keep all this going. In the Kramer House, it's a huge undertaking. That's what we're going to talk about more today.
It's huge. It's taken a while. We finally have a lot of the contractors together, and we're going to have the groundbreaking at the end of the month. That's also the anniversary of Sergeant Kramer's death. So we're trying to put it all together in a nice way. For
the folks, again, who may not know, well, what is the Kramer House? Explain this project to them, the purpose and intent of this.
The Kramer House is going to be used by a veteran who's married, who's attending full-time community college or UNCW. The idea is to keep them married, keep them educated, and then let them go into the real world. You'll pay rent according to your income, but when you leave, we'll give you a percentage of your rent back, depending on how long you stay. The longer you stay, the less you get. Again, the idea is stay married, get educated, get out into the real world.
Now, does this include, well, I guess having a family? They can have a family?
Oh, they can have a family, yeah. You can have up to 2 children to live in this house, according to the...
And it's not a handout, it's a hand up.
Right.
And
it's
support.
It's not going to be free. We want you to work for what you want, but we're going to help you. I mean, there's so many organizations that are helping the severely wounded. We're a small organization, a volunteer organization. We want to help the ones that come back. I look at it, when I come back to Vietnam, I wish I would have had a little program to assist me to continue on to college. I went, but it was, once you get married, have children, it becomes a struggle.
And we're seeing that across America. I mean, the one thing that is true that government officials say the best thing for a returning vet is a job, getting back to work, and not having that income, not having a job, not having the ability to go to college if you need to go to college so you can get a job that at least you can pay your bills. I mean, it makes all the difference in the world.
And family's so important. If we can keep these families together, it's going to be better for everybody. I can see it in my own way. I've been married, oh God, I can't even say it. It's so long. But the family's tight. We get along together. We've gone through bad times together and good times together, but we stayed a family. And that's important. If we can keep the family together, we'll do a lot better in this country.
Now, the Kramer House is really the first in many. I mean, your goal, or your vision, I should say, your vision is that there would be a number of them in and about this location.
When we finish the Kramer House, I would like to get one where we could house single veterans. The story I tell, there's a girl who's got 9 years in the military, been in combat twice, living with an 18-year-old. It's two different worlds. It doesn't work. Let's get all these combat veterans together. Let them get educated, live comfortably, and then get out. Move on. And we can do the same thing with that. Give them money so they can get started. A start in life can change everything.
Yeah, well, I mean, that is the difference. I mean, plus, and the mental. We were talking earlier with Brenda Schwartz from Warrior Family Ministries. It's how good you feel, and it's not a Hollywood line out of a movie. How good people feel when they've got a job, or they've got a plan, they got a future,
Yes.
going to college.
Yes.
I mean, I remember, Megan, of course, and I remember she was starting to get to that, that last year of high school, and oh my gosh, what about college? Are we going to be able to go? And as a single dad, and she was freaking out, and I said, look, let me tell you something. You can do it, okay? You can do it, you can do it, you can do it. And just having that support to say you can do it.
Right.
We can figure it out. We'll find a way. You're going to get there. And here she is. She did it. And the same with my son. So having a support group there, your group, to be able to say, yes, you can. Stay on the positive.
And we stay on with everybody we help. They come back and help volunteer. They go out and speak for us. Again, we try and stay friends with everyone we've helped. It's important to keep that brotherhood together.
It amazes me. I have to say, on that vein, in and out, you and I, for the last couple years, not maybe as involved certainly as I used to be.
You did so much.
But I mean, I came to the Mud Run twice now.
Yes.
Recently, I've been there before, but I came this time, and I'm looking around, going, where do all these people come from? Well, it's kind of like It's almost like you're out watering the plants, and there's more seeds all the time because they know about the organization. I dare say probably a third or more probably aren't necessarily involved, but they want to be there when they can to support. I mean, you're seeing ex-military, ex-first responders, active military, active first responders. I just looked around, and it just caught my eye right away. Look at all these people. I know they're not personally volunteering, let's say, because you have your volunteer corps, but they're looking every time they can find something about what you're doing. They're there to support you.
No one's ever picked up an award. I keep changing the plates on them.
Yeah.
I have one who just called me, but that's the kind of thing. They come because they enjoy doing it. The awards and everything else are just secondary. They're there to help it. And I think because we're on a military base, you see the memorial, you know the names, we are local, we are volunteer. I think that's a big part of how we've been successful. And
I also saw the young people, and I thought, wow, this is great, because the parents are bringing the young people so that they have instilled in them, and again, this isn't corny stuff, have instilled to them that this is what you do. You support the veterans. You support those who are serving. And, sadly, far too many communities and far too many, young people across the country, they're not being influenced in that manner. And it's not good for us as a nation.
Got to get the family back together again.
We'll come back. We'll talk about other activities. Again, the groundbreaking for the Kramer House will be on the 28th, and we'll talk about where and when and how you can come and participate, how you can get involved and Step Up for Soldiers. Lots more to talk about. I'm Curtis Wright on The Beat.
Please stand by for a very important announcement.
Curtis Wright is on The Beat.
You are out of control.
The new 106.7.
That's beautiful.
My Talker Radio.
We're back live here on The Beat with Tom Russell. Great to catch up. And we're going to tell you how you can support Step Up for Soldiers. Let's get back to the Kramer House. The groundbreaking's on the 28th. And if you go to Step Up for Soldiers...
It's the 29th now.
It's the 29th?
We have moved to the Sunday.
Okay, so now it's Sunday, the 29th. You go to stepupforsoldiers.org, and you can keep up with the organization and connect with Tom. But there's and if I know you want to probably talk about the folks. First of all, there are others that you want to mention their names that passed with
Yes.
With Ed Kramer.
When
when
Sergeant Kramer was killed, there were four in a Humvee that hit a pressure plate. It's Roger Adams, Juan Boulder Singh, and Robert Bittiger. They're all National Guard soldiers out of Alpha Company.
So, of course, as always, with any of your projects, it goes well beyond just one person's name. But also, the house it's groundbreaking, but there's still more needs out there.
Oh, more needs.
So talk about that. I mean, so many have come, as we've seen over the years, Tom. I can remember times. I remember one time the guys were deployed. I'll always remember this. And you and I were sitting on the radio, and you said, "Well, as you do, the lady just can't. The woman, her husband's gone. She's got the kids. She just can't get her lawn cut." And I remember the phone start ringing. And then remember, there was another time you said, well, some of these folks need, like, I've got another a mother that can't get her door fixed, right. And the phones start ringing.
I remember the door.
So it's always been like that.
Yes.
And it's the same here, too. You've got a lot of contractors that have come to the table, if you will, to donate their time and products.
We'll have them all listed, plus we'll have a sign on the property. But I'm looking for a well guy, a septic guy, cabinet guy, a metal roof guy, if you can. Other than that, we have most everything else taken care of. But it's, and again, I realize not everything is always free, but we need somebody who's honest and sincere. Mm-hmm. And if you're a vet and you can only help us, fine, come on out and help. We need somebody to do framing. This is going to be an all-metal house.
I remember you saying that.
And that's all dedicated by a guy in town, Wallace Van Oy, who he manufactures everything right here on the spot. It'll be like a giant erector set. I'm looking forward to seeing it. It's the way to go. It's cheaper, no waste, energy efficient, and we'll get a better fire rating.
You were mentioning to me that Chris Dehart, who does the College for Energy Knowledge here on Saturdays, is going to be involved with some installation and stuff like that.
And Chris said he's pretty sure he can do almost everything.
You got to get him involved. Yes. As I told you off mic, you got to get him involved in the lighting too, because we save so much money here.
The good thing, he is he was part of the 1st to the 120th.
Yeah.
So he's part of the unit yet. So it's working. It's working slow. I like to have a little more speed to this, but it's going to work and it's going to happen.
Hey, it's amazing. You've always amazed me how you just stay at it until it gets done, and that's really what a lot of it is. And I would suspect the last couple years have been tougher because of the economy. I mean, come on. I mean, people would love to donate or give time, but they're working, trying to keep their companies alive.
When the economy changed, we went into the mud runs and a backyard barbecue. And it's not like a donation. I mean, it's not like we're going out and asking something free. We're giving you the opportunity to get dirty. No. And that's gone over big. It's what's the young world is doing now. The mud runs, all those challenges, the backyard barbecue. These are all things everybody's interested in. So if we can give it to you, you'll give us the money.
Yeah. And for the companies, if there's anyone out there, if you think anything might be, connect with building this home, then you need to get on to stepupforsoldiers.org, and you can connect with Tom. I don't know if you want to give out your phone number.
910-297-4981.
And again, and this is true, and what Tom's telling you true. If you haven't been involved with Step Up for Soldiers, they've never asked for everything for free. I mean, it's whatever they can figure out, whatever somebody can figure out. Because you're right, so many veterans own so many businesses, and they want to help, and so many in the community have been looking for a way to help, and so they'll try to figure out, well, what can I do to help you?
There's a lot of groups still coming out. We just got the Ladies Auxiliary from Waterford sent a check, the Ladies Auxiliary from the Post Carolina Beach. radio's always been a big part. I hear it all the time. Oh, I heard you on the radio. I might not be on for 6 months, but they remember the time they heard you. And it's really so important.
And labor. You were mentioning labor. I don't want to just forget that, too. I mean, you need people to help with physical labor.
We need people to come out and help. I mean, it's like a habitat build. It's not going to be fast, but it's going to be good. Mm-hmm. It's going to be done right, so when a family gets in there is no problem. We're trying to make all our mistakes on paper.
Let's. We only have a few minutes left. I do want to. So again, let me, before I jump to that, 29th of June.
29th, Sunday, last Sunday of the month.
And what time will that be?
Noontime. Get there early because we got to start. Vicki Kramer has another event because that is the date of death. She has another event in town, so we got to get her out of there early.
Now, where's the location?
6060 Shiloh. Mm-hmm. It's south of Monkey Junction. As you're heading towards Carolina Beach, it's on your left side.
And the public is invited?
Everybody's invited. I just hope that you would email me so we know we have enough cold water or whatever on hand. You know.
And again, I'm sure all this is on stepupforsoldiers.org.
Yes, it's on
Make that
a
favorite. Yeah. And by the way, if that is all too confusing, then just go to WMYT1067FM.com. It's on our Connect page. There's a banner there for Step Up for Soldiers.
And you can call me anytime. The other thing we're doing, September 6th, we're having a Fallen Soldier Memorial bike ride. And that's being put on by the 1st to the 120th. They want to do something to give back to Step Up. And we'll have the USO party July 4th downtown for all our friends and supporters. And
we were talking off mic about there's going to be a deployment again. You mentioned it earlier just quickly. Talk to us about that again.
The first 120th is going to Jordan on a peacekeeping mission. They're starting to train up come September, and they'll be deployed sometime in the middle of October.
Now, do we have any time frame when they'll be back?
No one's mentioned that. They've only mentioned when they're going. But it's probably going to be at least a 7 to 8 month deployment.
Okay, so the bottom line is they're going to be gone over Christmas. And we didn't last year. That's my fault.
And my fault also.
And I think we should do it this year. I think we need to redo, again, have once again our annual Christmas on the home front for the families because their loved ones will be deployed. And we always just have a great time. And so let's look at doing that for them. And maybe we can hook up through Skype again, like we tried that one. That was pretty cool.
That was pretty cool. It really was. John Henson was one of the first ones to do that. Now John is retired, and he's putting on his motorcycle ride. No one seems to go away. They might drift into the background for a while, but they come back out and help again.
So we'll look at that. And again, the 1/120th is going to be deployed sometime in October. So we'll be talking to you about that. What can we do to help them for sure?
Well, you've done so much.
Well,
and I hope you continue.
Well, you know, these families, when they're deployed, that's when you really see, how important it is that the community come together. You've come together. Actually, I forget the title. You just throw that acronym out at me.
FRG, Family Readiness Group.
Right.
And you're in charge of helping the Rear Det Commander take care of the family's needs.
And really, that's because they were deployed before, that's how you and I really... a lot of the things we did together because it was just so important for someone to be there for the families when their loved ones are deployed.
Little thing, the water, the door,
yeah.
The car breaking down. We have so many things that we can help them with that it's very easy to take care of. We don't need it free, we need it honest. Just like with the car repair. Just be honest. That's all we need.
Again, go to stepupforsoldiers.org. You can connect with Tom and the volunteers in the organization. The Kramer House still needs some folks to help out. You can call about that, and the number is?
297-4981. That's a 910.
And on June 29th will be the groundbreaking for the Kramer House here in Wilmington. Step Up for Soldiers. Thanks, Tom, for being here.
Thank you for having me again.
Folks, we'll talk again tomorrow morning. We'll do it all over again here on The Beat, on the new 106.7 FM, My Talker Radio. Stay tuned for Glenn, Laura, Sean, the Double Tonys, and on to Andy. As always, there's lots more to talk about.